Hello, welcome to the weather update. This is about 9:45, and it is October 4th, and dealing with yet another dreary day. And you can see all that convection firing off to the south. That's going to bring a return to some more heavier rain tonight. But right now, we had, the days we had a pretty much a soaker overnight into this morning, and then by the afternoon of the evening, we just had some light rain and drizzle around, so it wasn't as miserable as yesterday, but still cold, still damp, and it's still no heat in my place, so still 61 degrees in here, 61, 62. Because again, this is the way people like us live. We're not. It's the way it is here on Long Island. Of course, if you want to go live somewhere better, well, they went big on Wall Street today, so ensuring that only their kind can get things like safe communities, heat, stuff like that. All right, anyway, I'm sorry. Let's get to the weather update here. Sometimes it comes out. I do apologize, but you'll see here that we had, you can see those showers and thunderstorms firing up to the south there. And if we were to look at the radar, which we'll go to next, you'll see some of that heavier rain there starting to make its way in. There's a heavier shower over Suffolk County. You can go to the enhanced radar page here. And you can see, again, some of that heavier precipitation offshore. That we're going to get into, again, it's going to be showery. Could even be a couple of thunderstorms in there, perhaps. Looking at the lightning detection here, you can see there's lightning well offshore. I mean, probably not a thunderstorm, but that's because there's some warm air offshore, as well as warm water. But there's some pretty warm air offshore that we're not going to get into. We're not going to get into the warm sector at all. But some of that convection could make its way into our area. Looking at the AccuWeather radar here, you'll see here again. There's that convection again. So you do have some thunderstorms offshore, heavier rains. There will be heavier downpours working their way back into the area tonight. Let's go look at the rainfall totals so far here from this, because pretty impressive here. If we look at this, so you'll see here some of the areas, and look at that from New Jersey, Bergen County got as much as 3.88 inches. Essex County, so they got the heavier rains today in New Jersey. They got into some of the heavier rains today, and that put them over the 2-inch mark. A lot of these areas, Linden 2.77, so the drought is pretty much over for them, as well as for Brooklyn, 3 inches there almost in Boerum Hill. In Nassau County, the South Shore, Wantaw 2.48, so the drought is pretty much over for the South Shore of Nassau County. Between 1 and 2 inches. It really poured last night, overnight. The city, 2.43. Orange County, 1.7. I'm not really interested in that. That's pretty far upstate. Queens, 3.30 inches. Howard Beach, 2.75. 2.59 in Ozone Park. So, 1 to 2 inches. Staten Island, 3.44. No more drought for them. And for Suffolk County, South Shore, western part of the South Shore, did pretty well. 2.24 inches in Amityville. Islip Terrace, 1.31, but it goes down as you work your way east. Blue Point was only 1.03, but I think with those showers tonight, they will make up for that as we wrap up this drought finally. Courtesy of Ian, even though it took him like 5 days to do it, just sitting there, obviously stuck, as you see there, stuck in place. There it is, offshore right there. The remnants of Ian just stuck there. And like I said, it's pretty incredible to see this storm just almost like it has an eye to it almost, and all that convection firing up right along that band there. You see that right there. You can easily see that on the satellite, that band right there. That's all firing up right there on the satellite. So that is what we're going to get into a little bit later tonight. Let's look at the current conditions outside. And you will see here that temperatures are generally in the mid-50s again, a little bit warmer than yesterday and a little more damp. So instead of dew points in the 40s, we have dew points in the 50s. But if you go, I don't know if we have a buoy offshore. I would love to see a buoy offshore in this warm sector here, but I guess not. I guess we don't have one, but I'm sure it could be as high as 70 degrees in this warm sector right here, but we don't have any information on that. The winds are still strong. We're still seeing these wind gusts. Look at that, 40 miles an hour at South Seaside Park, and they've had a lot of issues in New Jersey we're going to talk about as well in this video. News 12 has actually been covering it as well. News 12 New Jersey has been covering it. But you see those wind gusts there in red there. I'll take the dew points off. You see the wind gusts in red. Still seeing some strong winds. This buoy's gusted to 42 miles an hour. So we're still seeing this prolonged easterly fetch. Here's buoy 44017. Northeast wind at 31, gusting to 40. Unfortunately, no wave height being reported here. And I don't see a wave height being reported here. But I'm sure those waves are in the 10 to 20 foot range, offshore perhaps. So you got that coastal flooding going on. Let's take a look and see how much rainfall we've gotten today. So we'll look at the precipitation, and we'll go to the, let's go to the 24-hour precipitation. All right, so show you how much has fallen just in the past 24 hours here. And you'll see not as much out east, but more further west. And again, as you get into the South Shore of Suffolk County, you can see South Shore of Suffolk, you got 1.15 there in Babylon, and South Shore of Nassau, we got 1.75, 1.55. So this is going to really help alleviate the drought there. 1.05. So between 1 and 2 inches, and then even more as you work your way into the city. And as we know, New Jersey continuing, and they've got that coastal flood warning in effect as well, and high surf advisory in effect. Well, I think the coastal flood warning expired. This is a high surf advisory. Or it's actually a gale warning. You can see another inch of rain for Toms River today. And, of course, if we were to look at the whole thing here for the last 72 hours, it's remarkable here. Over 5 inches, 7 inches, 5 to 6, 7 inches. So the lakes there are going to be nicely overflowing, especially that lake. So there's this lake that's right on Double Trouble. You might show up on the map right here. Let's see. Yeah, this lake right here was dried up when I was there last time. So hopefully that is filled up now. And hopefully it is nice and full of water, because last time I was there, it was dry. I couldn't believe it. I didn't even bother taking a picture because I didn't even want to look. It broke my heart. 3.35 inches there at Matawan. So, yeah, that area of New Jersey got more, and as well as northern New Jersey got into some of that heavier rain action, too. So let me go to News 12 New Jersey here, and we're going to just go and look at News 12 New Jersey. Let me say New Jersey. Type that. I'm looking at his screen and typing at the same time, so if I'm bound to make mistakes, you can see conditions along the shore. Okay, so they're showing some of the conditions along the shore. Let's go to this here, and we'll just show you briefly. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but just to show you what the conditions were. It's saying not as bad as predicted following rain and wind. Could have created much worse. So apparently it's saying it's not as bad as expected. You can see some of the waves there.
They're walking outside during this weather because there are less people
but there was some flooding. I mean, they did show some flooding there. It was. Let's find some more here. There was heavy rain and flooding on 440. So here's another example here. Flooding. You can see again some of the flooding. This was from the rainfall that was going on here. So this is 440 in Jersey City. Apparently has some flooding going on there from the rain. Let's load more up here. And do you think you could give us a little more? Yeah, here we go. Ocean County, Barrier Island, see more flooding and strong winds. So this is Ocean County now.
On the Barrier Islands.
News 12 New Jersey's Jim Murdoch is in Surf City, Long Beach Island, with a look at conditions there for us this morning.
That was one of the hardest hit areas, too. LBI, Long Beach Island.
Yeah, actually, it's not too bad here. We want to show you a couple of different areas here on the island throughout the day, just to get
they're trying to minimize this. I've seen some pretty significant flooding.
I want to show you folks, it's not raining hard, and that's a good thing, because here's a storm drain and a couple of inches. So you have a combines. In fact, we've had it in Ocean, Atlantic, and Burlington counties. Most of that right around Jersey between streets.
Not really showing anything there.
One more high, 2
there
or
was
3
significant flooding. I don't know.
And it gets worse as you go further south.
So I don't know. They're not whatever. There was some flooding. I know there was. We'll have to go to the Ocean County Scanner News and see the Scanner News, because News 12 apparently, even their New Jersey division, well, they're downplaying it because they the company, they don't want you to believe in climate change. They're very much against climate change, and they don't really want to talk about it, and that's part of it. So let's see Ocean County Scanner News. Nothing really. There has been flooding there, but I guess whatever the reason is, it's not really being talked about. So whatever. I'm not going to go on a search to find out information, but there was some flooding, and I shared some of those pictures with you yesterday. I mean, maybe not as bad as it could have been, but still significant storm for the Jersey Shore. There's been a lot of beach erosion, and there was a picture of a beach literally just chopped in half that I saw on my Facebook. Like I said, I can't find it now. I'm sorry. They scrubbed this stuff really quick They don't want you to know the kind of dire situation we're in, because that would kind of, upset people. So anyway, let's get to the forecast here, and let's talk about what we have now. This remnant low of Ian is finally going to move on out of here, finally, as we start heading toward tomorrow. So you'll see here it is, finally start to make that move eastward tomorrow, and that will bring an end to the rain, hopefully by the evening tomorrow. And then after that, we have a dry day on Thursday, Friday, maybe a slight chance of showers, and then we have this big high building in for the weekend, giving us some really nice weather. All right, so let's get a closer look at what's going to be going on. Let's go to the HRRR model right now and look at the 0Z run of the HRRR, and we'll show you, again, that convection that we're going to have. So you can see that spotty convection that we're going to have, but it's going to be scattered. It's not going to be like the kind of rain we had yesterday where it's just raining nonstop. It'll be on and off, but it could be heavy at times. And then it tries to push it north tomorrow, and then that would be it. So the HRRR's actually list 0Z run is kind of encouraging for tomorrow that we won't see nearly as much rain tomorrow, and we might actually have a dry afternoon to the evening, and then it moves on out of here, and then Thursday we're done with the rain. All right. The HRRR probably would give us, let's take a look and see how much rainfall it would give us. It could give some areas out east maybe another half an inch, but you can see, look at that. Look at what's showing up right here. It's like a circular structure here. That is incredible. But yeah, so that's what the HRRR is doing. Of course, every model has its own opinion on things, and some of the models aren't as quick to move that rain out, obviously. So let's go now to the European model. And let's see if this is the 18Z European model for tomorrow, and it's showing that rain mainly north of the area. So maybe we get away with no more rain tomorrow on Long Island after some showers tonight. And then our next chance would be Friday, maybe with this front coming through. However, chances are we're not going to see any rain with that. So you can finally see an end in sight to this mess that we've been dealing with for so long. I do want to look at the NAM3 as well, though we'd have to use the 18Z run for that. And the NAM3 is a little more active. You can see that with the showers and thunderstorms, but still very scattered in nature for tomorrow. So there'll be times where it won't be raining, and maybe we may not even have to deal with drizzle tomorrow. And then that's it. We're done. So the worst is almost over with this pesky remnant low of Ian. Let me go to the. Let's go to the. GFS, I guess. Yeah, we'll go back to the GFS, I guess. So this is the GFS, and we'll just show you the GFS on the total accumulated precip, and then we'll start looking at when we're done with this. You can see it's those heaviest showers. It seems like it wants to have them going more north into Connecticut, versus, and then it doesn't add to that tomorrow. So this is as of midnight tonight. And it doesn't really add to that. So. Actually, no, this is Wednesday. My mistake. But it doesn't add to that after tomorrow afternoon, and then it's done. All right. So let's go take a look at our dew points, temperatures, and wind flows. And you'll see here that this system will finally move away. You can see a little bit of that moisture tonight. And as we get into just a little bit of that tropical, just a little bit of it. But the northeast wind tomorrow will eventually push it south. We'll still have some moisture in the air, obviously, but you'll see as we move into Thursday, drier air moves in. That cuts off the rain, and we see the sun again. All right. For Friday, we see a little bit of a warm up here. You see the westerly winds in it. So Friday's going to be a warm day with that westerly wind. And then here we are at the cold front for the weekend. Northwest winds come in, and it's going to bring in a nice, cool, dry air mass as we get into the weekend. So let's go take a look at our temperatures. And for tomorrow, you see it still keeps us cool. Probably going to be a couple more degrees warmer, maybe closer to 60 degrees tomorrow. And I also want to look at the HRRR with that, too. And then you see it still kind of stays mild. It doesn't really cool off because of the cloud cover. And then Thursday, it's going to be a warm day. We're going to probably reach the 70s, low to mid-70s perhaps on Thursday. And Friday, we'll be seeing mid-70s perhaps before this cold front comes in and brings the temperatures down. Saturday, it's going to be much cooler. Northwest winds and highs only around the low 60s. Sunday night we'll probably be dropping into the 40s, and then Sunday we'll have temperatures rising probably into the mid-60s. All right. So as far as when are we going to see the sun again? Okay, that's the question everybody wants to know. Obviously, probably not tomorrow. Look at this thing, still there on the GFS. But Thursday, we definitely see the sun come out, and maybe a few clouds, but we should have some sunshine. Friday, we should have some sunshine as well. Front comes through, and then Saturday, we should be clearing out, have mostly sunny day, hopefully. And Sunday, if not Saturday, Sunday. So we should have a nice weekend, cooler, and much more fall-like. But we're all tired of the rain, I know. We needed it, though, all right? We needed it. The drought will hopefully be, when we look at this next drought map, which actually I should pull out before I finish this weather update. We'll do that. Let me look at the RGM model here. All right, so this is the RGM model, again, showing that storm rotating around there very well. But you'll see as we get into Thursday, look at that, drying out, mostly sunny skies. And then maybe a few passing clouds to start Friday. They went mostly sunny, and then the front brings a few clouds late afternoon, early evening, and then that's as far as I go on the RGM. All right, so let's go back to the HRRR, and we will go take a look at the HRRR as far as the temperatures go for tomorrow. Let's see if there's any difference between the HRRR and the GFS as far as temperatures go. Not really. So, yeah, expect it to get close to 60 tomorrow. But it's Thursday. We'll definitely have a warm-up we'll be reaching 70 degrees. So the worst of the rain is over. We're going to have a couple more heavy showers tonight. I think tomorrow it's mainly going to be of the light and scattered variety, especially as we head toward the afternoon. And I think by this time tomorrow night, we'll be completely done with the rain. But we did need it. It just sucked that it took 5 days to do it. Definitely not a normal thing, but that's what it is when the jet stream goes bonkers and decides to not, split up and go crazy and go into these crazy wavy patterns where you don't really have a normal flow in the upper air. So let me go to the drought monitor, and we'll go take a look at the Northeast and see if they've updated this thing, which they still have not updated. I don't know what is taking them so long. I guess they're waiting for this rain to end. But they have not updated it for the Northeast at all whatsoever. I don't know why. I can go to current map, but this is the current map. They have not updated it. So I don't know what's taking them so long, but they should update it soon, and we should see all these oranges. It's probably going to go maybe to moderate drought to abnormally dry. Hopefully we get into the DO stage, which means we're just being abnormally dry. But hopefully maybe all of this will be gone and drought will be gone. We've had plenty of rain the past couple of days, a lot of areas, except maybe some parts of the South Shore of Suffolk County. They still have a little bit, but hopefully they get some of those heavier showers and thunderstorms tonight to take care of that. So that is going to wrap up this weather update. Have a good night.